Bonjour, mes amis. Je suis l'Énergie canadienne. Merry Christmas, obviously, before we start anything. Merry goddamn Christmas to you all. Hope you guys get everything that you wanted this year and then some. I honestly had a good Christmas up to this point so far. So as promised, here is your 100. Here's the 100 sub Q&A that I said I was going to be doing, and I said I was going to be putting up today. Obviously, I made that promise, and I'm sticking to it. So consider this your Christmas gift from me. So we got a few questions here I got on my phone that I've gathered from some of you guys. I do appreciate those that sent in questions for me to answer. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get ourselves right into it. The first question being, what are the top 3 things on your bucket list? That one is kind of a hard one to ask. Like I'm only 20 right now, and I'm just trying to survive college as is, because I'm going into my 4th semester. So I guess the top 3 things on my bucket list would be to go back to Canada at some point, specifically Toronto. Travel the entire, basically go cross country of the US and or Canada. Maybe the US because I feel like there's more eventful and whatnot. And to be able to reach a large amount of followers so that way I can continue to do this, maybe as a job. Who knows? But that's just me personally. I don't know. The second one is any talents that you have that not many others know. Basically, what talents you have that people don't know. And I think that's an interesting question. For those that know me outside of the channel, I actually was in choir for all of middle school and all of high school. And mainly I was a high part, like a soprano or alto. Like, and mainly because like I mainly sing high and I don't sing with my speaking voice because it just doesn't sound original. Like, to me at least, it does not sound like it's like when I say that, I mean I just felt more comfortable singing in my what they call falsetto. So I honestly that's one thing. Another thing that I think would be a talent. I'm not sure. There's that. I know, like, I mean, I have Asperger's. If for those of you that don't know what it is, basically it is a mild form of autism. And personally, I think it's both a curse and a blessing. Because blessing being, I tend to know a lot more and I tend to store information for longer. And so kids just have a little bit of a photographic memory. Whereas the curse being people just treat you like dog shit. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? But take it for what it is. But I think those are probably my 2 better known talents that I honestly think. And the next question is, why did you start a channel? What are your goals with it? Any future aspirations? That is probably my favorite question of this whole thing. Why did I start a channel? If you guys remember me back on the 100 sub announcement, back when I reached 100 subs last Sunday, the reason I started a channel, again, this is of a gaming group of my friends and I. It was the 4 of us, and we basically that's what it was. We were gamers. Don't get me wrong, I still game to this day, but I just don't feel the urge to record and put it on YouTube anymore because for me it's not really fun. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, I stream games sometimes over on Twitch, but well, like I said, it's just more of what I feel better doing. But any goal in terms of like what I have for goals with this channel, at some point to reach 100,000 subscribers. Now, that's very ambitious for me to say the least. Like, I'm only at 102 subscribers, period. But like, I think like if I can have that many people come onto this channel, subscribe, and watch what I create, even though I don't have talent nor any skill set for jack nor shit, I think that would be my, I guess, my main goal. I guess, like, try to continue this, for as long as I'm able to do it. And as for any future aspirations, that really would depend on how you word it or how you ask it, because aspirations could mean like aspirations of channel or aspirations in life. But in terms of life, I think to be a high school history teacher and or a sports commentator, because I think like because I'm knowledgeable in both subjects. So like it's for me that's like the big thing. As for any future aspirations with this channel, this is it. Like it's all sports now. Maybe the occasional "Hey, what's up" type of vlog, but like other than that, it's mainly gonna be sports from here on out. With the constant schedule, as for how it'll be like in the football off season and the hockey off season, it'll basically just go down to 2 videos a week, making sure just detailing football news for the week and hockey news for the weeks. But it'll still be hockey, but it just won't be as long as like the weekend review or the predictions and whatnot. Basically, it just won't be that long anymore. What made me become a Maple Leafs fan? Sincerely, a Habs fan. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love the city of Montreal. I just don't like the team because the rivalry there. But there's no doubt I respect the team for all their accomplishments. Like I'm not gonna deny that. But what made me like keyword made, dude, I was born in the city of Toronto. So well specifically Toronto North Side. So really, I mean, that's what made me a Leafs fan. I mean, if that's really what you want to know. But that's just the team that I grew up with. That's the team that I was born into. Like maybe the city. Like, don't get me wrong, like, there are teams that like I shouldn't like, but I do. Like key examples being Boston and Winnipeg. There's a few I just cannot name off the top of my fucking head. It's like early in the morning on Christmas morning, so yeah. What was the first sporting event that I ever attended? Um, Professional would have to be April 2nd, 2011. That was Bruins Thrashers, not the Jets, at TD Garden in Boston. That was my first game that I ever went to. But if we're talking all sports around, no, I think that was the first one. Period. Yeah. April 2nd, 2011. That was the first sporting event that I ever went to. Since I've just gone to many over the years, like Patriots. I've gone to Revolution. I've gone to Celtics. I've gone to Red Sox. I've because like I live in the New England area. Um, who is your favorite spot? Who is your favorite special guest you've had on the podcast? That's a good one. So for those of you that don't know already, or you just new to the channel, I do a sports podcast. What you'll see sometimes I do specials on here. I post the specials of that appearance. So we've had Puck Report, we've had Urinating Tree, we've had 5 Points Vids, we've had Man Rush, we've recently had Bobby Ryan. So we've had 5 guests on the channel. In terms of my favorite YouTuber appearance, I say definitely has to be Urinating Tree because, well, one, we had him the whole episode, and two, like he's just a really nice guy to talk to, and like when I had anxiety shit with him coming on, he just was calm of it, and he basically helped me out with that. So I applaud Tree for that. Now, obviously, Bobby Ryan is a big favorite for me because, well, it's a legitimate active NHLer, like coming on the show when I didn't think I had a chance worth in hell. But hey, it is what it is. But I'll take that any day of the week. But that's not to discredit the others though, like Puck Report, 5 Points Vids, and Amen Rush. Those people were awesome. Like Amen Rush specifically too. That one was another good one because he was so genuine with like how he spoke about hockey and all that, and he seemed to know his stuff. Same thing with 5 Points in football, like knowledgeable in his work. He knows what he's saying. He knows what he's talking about. And I commend both of those guys, and I'll be happy to have anyone come back on so we can do this again. Like honestly, I would love that. What are your top 5 video games of all time? Whew. Yeah, we're getting into this one now. So my top 5. I'll go from 5 to 1 and I'll explain each one. Number 5 definitely has to be Splitgate. Why Splitgate? Because it's so new. I just like the game. Like, in my opinion, it's kind of like a mix between between Portals and Halo. Even though they deny it, but people think it is, like me. I just like the style of it, like with the portals and the different guns you can get like that. Like, and for me, like, because that's like really the gun game that I've seen to do the best at. Like, in my personal opinion, it's the one that I think I do the best at. So number 5, definitely Splitgate. Number 4, I'm gonna try to do a little bit of a shout here. Battlefield 1. Basically the World War One game for Battlefield. Definitely a huge favorite of mine because I am a huge history buff. So for me, that is definitely up there in terms of like my top games personally. So number 5, Splitgate. Number 4, Battlefield 1. Number 3, GTA 5. For the simple reason that you can just go around, you can kill people in online mode, just doing some stupid shit. As well as the GTA RP community, which I've done in the past, and I don't really do anymore, but it is what it is on that front. But it's just really spending time with friends on it, just buying stupid shit and doing random jobs and heists and all that. Number 2. Number 2. A little bit of a tie here, but I think personally, like the original Modern Warfare for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the original 2009 version of it. Like, that's a big thing for me, especially because I grew up with Call of Duty and all that. Like I didn't play it originally on the Xbox until I got it in 2013. But I mainly played it on the DS because there's a DS version, and I grew up on Nintendo, so sue me. But I think I like Modern Warfare just because it's original. It's probably one of the best Call of Duty games of all time, and my personal favorite Call of Duty game ever. And my top game definitely has to be a Nintendo game. And I was like, wait, why the fuck are you doing a Nintendo game? Because I can. And I think my favorite Nintendo game of all time, is Mario Kart Wii. Why Mario Kart Wii? Because shortcuts and a bunch of other shit. No, it's you know what? Now that I think about that, I gotta throw in Wii Sports in there too. Mario Kart Wii and Wii Sports Resort. Oh my god, I spent hours a day playing on my Nintendo Wii and just going off of Mario Kart or just kicking some ass and Wii Sports Baseball. But definitely, there's a lot of good shows that still play on the Nintendo Wii nowadays. Definitely, my favorite YouTuber of that one is Poofesher. Definitely check him out. Great guy, and I hope to talk to him. Hopefully, meet him sometime. And this one's an inside joke. If you remember my friend Miss Ravenskill or Jocelyn, basically she asked, will I ever get to do the outro for the podcast again? And that one is an inside joke that only she and I will ever understand. But maybe someday. Maybe someday. Or you could be covering sports for a long time on YouTube. Yeah, like I said earlier, from here on out, it's gonna be all sports. Sports and only sports. Maybe the occasional vlog, whatever, saying hi and on it. But mainly, for the most part, sports is gonna be the main focus going forward. Because it's just something genuine in, which brings you into the one question here. What made you want to cover sports? Okay, in my opinion, though, this is what I think. You can disagree with me on this, but this is just my opinion. What made me want to do sports is and compared to the gaming videos that I used to make, here I can be more genuine with what I say instead of just like bullshitting something through for a gaming video, right? Like, I think the last gaming video I made was on NHL 22. But other than that, that's it. Like, after that, I just mainly focus on sports. And I think though, because I want to be more genuine with how I do it, of what I say in these. And with sports, it gives me that it gives me that freedom to say it. It gives me freedom to say whatever I think about sports games like football, hockey, whatever. That's just me. And how long have I been doing YouTube? If you guys noticed, the channel was actually created in 2015, but again, that was the gaming group channel. I took it over in 2017 after everything was basically torn down, disbanded, but because we just didn't want to make videos like that anymore. So I just kind of took the channel, and from there I got to this point. So I guess you could say 6 years. I mean, if you want to be realistic, I guess you could say 6 years I've been doing YouTube, which is actually kind of crazy to think about. 6 years on, and we're finally at 100 subs. That is, in my opinion, that's a win. I know, for someone like me, a small ass YouTube channel, just barely over 100 subs, averaging a good amount of views, here and then. I'm not going to deny it, but for me, it's just what it is, and I'm not going to take it for granted. So that's it for the questions. But before we go, I do have a special announcement to make as part of the 100 sub special. This Q&A was the main part, but there is another part to it, and that is on January 7th of 2022. A few friends and I will be getting together, and we'll be doing a charity event. Now, I did this last year because no one knows I did this, but I did this last year with a Discord community from my college. And it went over really well. We wound up raising $793 for Boston Children's Hospital. This year, I will be raising money for American Red Cross to help the victims of the southern tornado outbreak this past December. Well, basically just a few weeks ago. Basically, if you want to come by and donate, it'll be greatly appreciated, as we are trying to we're trying to raise money to help those people that need it because of that tornado outbreak. It was disastrous. So again, January 7th, at a time to be determined, probably in the evening. That will be a thing. But anyways, that will do it. Again, I want to say Merry Christmas to everyone, to all your families and you. And I hope everything is going well. And I also want to say thank you again for 100 subs. It means a lot to me, even just late on in the game, but it's still something worth appreciating, But anyways, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next week with some football. Bon, je suis le Logique Canadienne. Bonne journée, joyeux Noël, et au revoir.